Hello tarot lovers and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and on this channel we talk about building your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today we are going to be talking about the March a Card a Day Tarot Challenge. This is my free tarot challenge that I run every month, and this month we have had 31 questions exploring our spiritual intuition. So how the challenge runs is it runs on Instagram. You can play by labeling your posts hashtag connect with your deck challenge and tagging me at eRoebuckJones. You can also play in my Facebook group where we have active discussion about the question and the cards, and we have a real community going learning the tarot. So if that sounds like something that you'd like to do, all you have to do is go to connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge and join. It is 100% free to join. I do have a journal that I have designed that helps you stay on top of doing your readings every single day, because I know it's a huge commitment. And the beauty of the journal is if you get distracted and life gets in the way, you can do a catch up, or you can leave off and pick up again wherever you left off. So the journal is a great thing to have a look at, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute when I spin the camera around. It's an optional purchase that many people decide to buy because they like to support my work, but you don't have to. You can be part of the challenge. All the questions are out on social media. You can be part of the challenge. It's very easy. All you have to do is pull a tarot card every day. So I would love you to be part of my tarot lovers community. If you look down into the description box and also in the first comment, I will make sure that all the links are there to be part of my community and join me learning the tarot. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you never miss my uploads. Now, I'm going to spin the camera around and show you my A Card a Day journal for the month of March. Let's spin the camera around. Okay, so this is my journal, and this is just a Kiki K folder that I bought online in a D-Stash group. And I got it really a lot cheaper than what you would normally pay for it. And I just adore the colour. But unfortunately, I think Kiki K is gone now. So you just might need to Google teal binder or teal Filofax, that sort of thing, and you'll find one. I like looking for things that are a little bit cheaper, so I tend to hunt around on eBay and look for people's seconds on things like this, because second thoughts, because it just makes it a little bit cheaper. So I've done a big walkthrough of this journal, and I'm going to actually do some trainings on it as well. And this is February. Where are we? March. So with March, again, you've got your page here. The tarot deck that I used for this month was Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti, and I'm actually going to do a review of this deck. It is gorgeous. It has got the most lovely guidebook, and the guidebook has actually got the astrological attributions for the cards, beautiful descriptions on what they mean. I'm actually very impressed with this book. Really enjoyed it. And then the cards here, you can see they've got lovely backs, and this is only some of them because I've separated some of the others in case I needed to grab them quickly as I'm talking to you about my month. Now, how I fill this out, again, this is just, I put the words to describe the cards there, and then I draw my pictures over here, and then I have my monthly summary here. And how I do the monthly summary is I just work out my percentages here, which is super easy to do. How you work out the percentages is it's the number of cards divided by the number of days in the month times by 100. And then these should add up to roughly 100. They won't be exact because, of course, the percentages always work out to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so it's because it's a fraction of a percentage, you just have to round them as best you can to make them add up to 100. So these are the repeating cards, and there was an awful lot of repeating cards this month. I looked at repeating cards and repeating numbers last month, but I try to be really intuitive. As much as I like to look at repeating cards and repeating numbers, and if I can see patterns, I just love it. But I was looking at it this month and it didn't grab me. So I'll show you what grabbed me when we turn the page. Here we've got meaningful symbols. And again, these come from, again, your pages. So you've got your symbols here, and I just go through and look for the symbols that tended to repeat, that I tended to see each day over the month as I looked at the different cards. And then the keywords, I look at the keywords, and I look at the keywords that I've used more than once as I've described the cards, because to me, they're the keywords that are kind of sitting in my unconscious that help me come up with my overall message. And then here, I kind of do a bit of a summary. So we're talking about intuition and meditation and those sorts of things. So as I've gone through and answered the questions, I've pulled my card and drawn the symbol for the card, which is back here somewhere. What have I done with them? Here we go. Which is here. And you can see I've got the dates for the Sabbats, the moon phases, the Esbat moons, the zodiac, planets, chakras and elements. And here I've got symbols which I made up to make it easy for you to record your cards. More so when you're doing a reading than if you're writing, but I use them a lot. You can use mine or you can make up your own. And then the element, and I put all the attributes of the card that I've drawn here. Here I talk about how I feel in the day that I've drawn the card, how I'm feeling when I draw the card, and I've gone into detail how to read that before, so I won't do that again. And then through here I talk about the actual reading, so it's the topic, the question, how I feel, and then some keywords. And how I write this is I tend to write the meaning of the card first. That's a bad example. Here we are. The Justice card is about making fair choices and life balance. I'm intuitively confident. So the question, so you put what is in a nutshell, what is this card about? Then the question here, and then how I feel. So the Justice card is about making fair choices in life and balance. I am intuitively confident when I know I have weighed up all my options and made a fair decision that recognizes my needs. And the needs of others should be on there too, because I meant to write that and ran out of time, out of room. When I go through and actually put these up online, I tend to rephrase these a little bit as well. So that is what I write, and then the keywords here. Here in this little box, I tend to this is like a free space. And what I did was, as I was reading also the meaning of the card in Ciro Marchetti's book. So if I find this here, and in here, of course, he's got all the astrological meanings. Where are we? So if you look at Queen of Wands, he's got the astrology. And so I just put the astrology down there. Even though I've put it here, I put it down there as well. Now, I also have some symbolism cheat sheets. In fact, I'll go and get them and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. With the magic of the internet, I am back. So these are my symbolism cheat sheets, and I have these printed out, but of course you can use them online. You don't have to print them if you don't want to. And these, I've done a whole series of videos that go with these as well. You get actual instructions on how to use them and what it all means. And then each card has all the symbolism detailed here, the symbolism of the actual card detailed here. And then what this is the very first symbolism sheet that I came up with. And this is just a summary of that card and the symbolism that is related to it in a really visual way. And everyone loved it. And then just dot grid on the back. And of course, you don't have to print it like that. Some people don't like it like that and they print them back to back because, of course, it's a PDF document and you can tell your printer to print whatever you like it to print. And then this is a worksheet, and in the symbolism series, I've actually talked about how to use this worksheet to come up with your own meanings for the card based on the symbolism and your intuitive feelings. So I will put a link in the description box and in the comments for you to be able to find that video series, and also if you like the look of those cheat sheets, where you can purchase them in my Etsy shop. Now, why did I tell you about those? Because if you want to know the elements and the astrology and the planets and all of that stuff, then that is all in those cheat sheets for you so that you can find what you need to put down there. So what spoke to me in the overall message? So thinking about the cards I pulled over the whole month, the summary that I did of them here, looking at all of this, looking at my symbolism, looking at the keywords, what stood out? And what stood out for me really was the number 4, this idea of stability. And these number 4 actually repeated. So it was one of my repeating cards, 4 of Wands and 4 of Swords. Both came up twice. And what spoke to me was this idea of stability. So if you look at 4 of Swords, and I'm going to do some more with this for you in the symbolism series. So at the moment, I think we're up to card number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. That's the one I've just done, which is about to go up. Eventually, when we get all the way through the major arcana, I'm going to do the minor arcana with you, and I've decided I'm going to do it, although I've got individual symbolism sheets for each one of the cards, I'm going to group them together because I think it makes more sense looking at the 4s in terms of their numerology to help you think about and make sense of the cards. So if we look at these 2 cards here, you're looking at stability. So here, this is a celebration of home and family. So it's look at the stability, the castle in the background, the children, the people, the couple, and here these 4 pillars of celebration in your life. 4 is the 2 times 2, so it is a number of great strength and stability. 8, of course, compounds on that again. If we look at and I'll show you Ciro Marchetti's cards because they're stunning. I hope you can still see me. Yes, you can. And then we've got 4 of Swords. And 4 of Swords is about meditation, but you can see you've got one topic that you've decided to reflect on, and you're going to reflect using your head, your heart, and your gut. See how the swords are pointing down to those 3 areas to have a balance, a stable meditation or slow down. And you've almost got the swords, which is about clarity of thinking and communication and speaking your mind. You've got this balance here of bringing that into slowness and balance, because as we know, swords are not always slow. And here with the wands are cards of action. Here you've got this beautiful celebration, but it's a celebration where the wands are stable. They are driven down into the ground, and you can see you've got the little bits of greenery on the top, and that's always an indication of activity and ideas, but they're at the top with the wreath of celebration. So we're looking at wands that are stable and secure and signifying celebration, which of course is great activity, but in a stable way. So these two cards really spoke to me, and I'm thinking about my life's wisdom. And for me, what really speaks to me at the moment is home and family, and thinking about life's wisdom, where maybe there have been things I've done well and things where there's been gaps. And so bringing these two cards together for me really spoke to me in terms of my focus for this month with the topic of intuition. So you don't always have to look at everything. It's great if you can. It's great if you can look at this, and if you see a pattern, it helps you to internalize and learn the cards. It really does. It's interesting here that I had quite a lot of wands. Wands are action cards. So the cards over the month are calling me to take action. Whatever the message is, it's about taking action in your everyday life. And how I interpreted that is we've decided we're actually going to sacrifice some space. We're going to move things around in our house, and I'm going to have a yoga room. I can't believe it. And the reason we're going to have a yoga room is we've been doing yoga. We've actually changed our gym that we go to. And the gym we now go to has this lovely pool, which means I can do lots more swimming, whereas the other gym didn't have that, but the other gym had better yoga than what this gym has. So now I'm thinking, well, if I set up a yoga room, I could actually do yoga before I go to bed and things like that. So I'm actually really excited that I'm going to fill that gap myself at home. So that was the message that I got from the cards this month. So taking that time to focus on each one of the questions, and some you will relate to more than others. That's, I try to write the questions so that they are able to be used by everybody, whether you are in a relationship, not in a relationship, have children, don't have children, have siblings, are living at home, not living at home, all of those things. And my, oh my, when I was writing the questions, that made it really hard to come up with questions that suited everybody. So if you're wondering where the questions come from, they are this is actually a journal that is available in my Etsy shop, and I will leave a link to that in the comments. And of course it's blank, like you get it and it's blank like these pages, and you can just print as many as you like. It comes in a PDF, and because it's a PDF and you print it yourself, it means I can keep the price down. And the questions are inside this journal, but they're also freely available. I post them in the Facebook group and on my Instagram page. They come up at the beginning of every month, and you have access to the questions to be able to do the challenge. Whether I want everybody to be able to be inclusive. So I want to be able to have the opportunity for people who maybe can't afford to buy my journals but might be able to support me in other ways to just use an exercise book if that's what works for you, and do your daily readings that way. And look, there's so many ways you can support my channel. You can like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell for the YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. You can join my Facebook group. So many things. You can buy me a coffee for $3, but I'd rather you buy a journal, because to me, I feel you get far more benefit from the journal. But some people do love buy me a coffee as well. And all of those things I will put down into the description box and in the comments for you. So that is a card a day journal for this month. Our next topic in April is confidence. So we are going to be working on our confidence. This is what the page looks like before we start. I pop my tarot cards that I'm going to be using down here. I always use Rider-Waite-Smith with any deck I use. So if you are following my posts online, you'll see that the Rider-Waite-Smith card there is there with it, because I see it as a way to help you focus in on which card you're reading, because it takes a while to learn all the cards. And if somebody shows you a card from a different deck, it can be really confusing. Here are all our questions. I will do a video that goes over the questions a little bit more and my intention for the month of April. And again, you can write your cards in here or do your drawings in here and all of your interpretations down the side. There are lots of videos you can watch as I've gone through the journal and showed you how to use it, which I'm super excited about. And so there's lots of training and lots of nuggets that just come out as a result of me pulling my cards and what I've done for the month. So I will leave it to you to come and join me in the challenge. I can't wait to see you online. Don't forget, connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.